The jail booth became a confessional, full of admitted sins, forgiveness, and answered prayers. In the midst of his ramblings about how and why he could do better, I heard myself mumble, "Brother, we need you."
We back, Black Man Lab Afterflow. We are in Athens, Georgia at the Prince Hall Mason weekend. And what a gathering we have had. We just had an incredible discussion, incredible first panel. Now we're on our second group of brothers. But Marty, what you think, man? We rolling?
Off the chain.
Indeed.
I can't tell you how excited I am about the way we started this tour off, and these brothers gave us the energy we needed, man. That's for sure.
We had the senior leadership of Prince Hall Masons here for the entire state of Georgia.
Yes.
And everybody is invested. Everybody is leaned in. We had two brothers here with us. One brother is actually maybe the only brother in the room from Athens. Yo, this ain't how we organize. I want to be clear, fam. We normally have the indigenous population show up deep, but because it was Prince Hall Mason weekend, we had a lot of brothers from the Masonic Lodge, but you were here in Athens.
Representing hard for all.
You represent all
you are Athens right now. You are Athens right now, brother.
Introduce yourself and tell us, what you do here at Athens and how you came to even find out about the gathering tonight.
Yeah, for sure. My name is Donnie Lindsey. I'm a PhD student over at UGA in counseling psychology.
Okay, let's just give him a hand clap.
Thank you.
That's all.
Really, my research really brought me out, but my research is like what I like to call my me-search. It's an exploration of Black men and how Black men form relationship with each other. And so Black Man Lab was just something that I saw, and of course I was interested in because a sacred, safe, and healing space for Black men to get together is something that I'm all for. And doing something, especially like community-oriented, was something that I really like to do and really love to like engage with. So the beautiful work that Black Man Lab even been doing, I've been over to Atlanta a couple of times, and to know they was coming to my hood, I was like, I gotta come. But coming tonight, beautiful space, beautiful things, a bunch of beautiful lines given by Brother Parham. Amazing different things, talking about how specifically our educational system is having a really hard time dealing with our brothers. Notice I didn't say our brothers are having a hard time in our educational system. Because our system is not always built, all of our systems here in America are not always built for the brothers that engage with it. Indeed. And so a lot of my research is based around understanding how these systems are in relationship with our brothers, how our brothers are forming ideas and identities about themselves as they experience these spaces, and what other Black men can be in these systems to be able to cultivate those minds and cultivate those identities for them to be successful in those spaces. Because I want to see academicians like me forming the lines and doing the work out here in the communities, doing beautiful things just like Black Man Lab. And y'all doing great things around the state of Georgia.
We appreciate you, brother. I got to ask, where did you go to high school?
Actually, small town, Poplarville, Mississippi. Shout out to Poplarville, Mississippi.
All right. The SIP, Mississippi in the house.
Went over to high school over there.
All right. And then undergrad?
Undergrad, University of South Alabama. Shout out to Mobile, Alabama.
All right.
Been there, undergrad and my master's over there.
And then here at UGA.
And then here at UGA for my PhD.
And what's your PhD in?
Counseling psychology.
Beautiful.
All right. Beautiful.
So very community-oriented psychologists who are just wanting to build up community systems that are helpful for the people that exist in our communities. So especially for my Black men. And
there it is. There it is.
Beautiful.
It's all right. Hey, good evening. Good evening. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. New York all the way.
Hey, first thing out this man's mouth, I didn't even see the hat. I was like, he's from New York.
Oh, yeah, man. Can't help it. I'm from that state that's so great they had to name it twice. New York.
Okay.
What part?
Yeah. Long Island, Central Siberia.
All right.
Yep.
One of our board members is from the Bronx.
Okay. That's where my wife is from.
Yeah.
He'll tell you every time.
Yeah. He'll let it be known. Thank goodness he ain't from Brooklyn, because you would have heard it more than that. People think Brooklyn's a whole nother city. Well, hey, my name is Thomas Taylor III.
Okay.
Right, as you can see, I'm from New York. I hail out of Truth and Union 594. I'm into technology. That's what I'm into. But also, I'm a certified life coach. Right?
Okay.
As well as I have a nonprofit organization called Growing Up Without a Father.
Oh, wow.
Been mentoring young boys for years. I've been involved in the Steve Harvey mentoring program. You know, I mentor kids now. They're in college now. You know, they was in middle school when I started mentoring them. So for me, like, this was very, very significant. This is my first experience, you know, with the whole Black Man Lab. Very, very, very impressed because it's necessary. You know, I heard one CNN analysis say the other day, they said that all this is fine, you know, Taylor Swift and everything, but she really needs to focus on Black males. So for you guys to actually be right here, right now, it's critical.
Yes.
Right? It's very necessary because, you know, men are visual, right? So we need to see men like us, men like you guys, actually doing it, right? Not talking about it, but inside the community, reaching, touching, and then making a difference to let brothers know that it's not a bad thing if you vote. Right? You guys are not saying who to vote for.
No.
You just want Black men to get involved in the process.
Yeah.
See, we automatically tap out from the process because we think we don't matter.
Man, where you do your mentoring? What part of the state?
I'm in Lawrenceville, in Gwinnett County. Gwinnett County.
We're coming to
We're coming
Gwinnett
to
with
Gwinnett
a Black
County.
Man Lab. All right?
And we're going to lean on you.
Yeah, and y'all heard it here. We coming to Gwinnett.
Gwinnett
He's
County.
going to
Hey, we
help
got
us.
y'all.
We
got
lean
you.
on
We
him.
got you.
Man,
We got you.
This is beautiful, man. Marty and I have been going around. I guess this is maybe our third round of tours.
Okay.
Right? But this is the start of this tour. What makes for you all this moment, 2024, right? Because it's always important. But what makes 2024 so pivotal for you all? What makes you think, you feel like, hey, Black men, pay attention. We got to be on this one. What are y'all feeling that energy or speak on that?
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely feeling it. I'm feeling it for a couple of different things, and one of them is why I start in this history. Like, our history has always been about Black men being involved in our communities and making sure that our communities are good, and building these very like collective and community focused ways of how we're here and how we're leaning in and taking care of each other. But it's very important to me, and it's very like it's very pivotal right now because there's so much also going on around us. Sure. And it's going on around us because there have been, and kind of like my friend was over here saying, there's been kind of missing from the spaces, Black men and their voices in a lot of spaces. And now is the time to like call in the people, to call in the young folks, the young folks like me, call in the old heads, call in the people of the community and talk about one, historically, what voting has meant, what our political identities have meant, what our own identities and living in our everyday communities has always meant, and what it needs to continue to be to sustain us as people, to sustain us as a people as one, and to sustain us as communities in this larger community of America.
Indeed.
Because we still have to exist here in some kind of way.
Yes, sir.
And for me, if you listen to words, right? Like, I'm key on the etymology of words, because there's always, if you read in Proverbs, what does it say? Life or death is in the power of the tongue.
Yes,
and if you listen to the words tonight, everybody kept using the word gathering. They kept saying gathering. And why that's significant? Because in that book that I read sometimes with 66 chapters, it talks about never forsake the gathering. Come on. And when you really understand that from a COVID standpoint, COVID set the register back to zero, right? Because what happened was, once COVID hit, we got outside of the gathering, because it kept us inside, right? So now when COVID left, now it put everything to zero, and when you really understand, now we have an opportunity to create our foundation, right? Because everything is built based upon a foundation, and the foundation that was created prior to us wasn't for us.
Bruh, y'all up in here, man. Look, hey, I'm trying to tell you.
I'm gonna stop right there, man. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stop right there.
And we gonna see you in Gwinnett.
Right.
We gonna pack
No,
Gwinnett out.
100%, man.
Brother Marty,
100%.
what you got, Brother Marty, before we close?
Yeah, before we close out, I want you all just to give a real quick of what gets you up every day, right? What gets you up and out and motivates you every day? And it doesn't have to be long-winded, just a real short, quick hit.
Yeah. Wow. For me, it's a few things. Wow, that kind of caught me. I started a podcast. I didn't release it yet, and my podcast is called "If I Knew My Father," because I grew up without my father, right? So for me, what motivates me is God put me in a position to allow me to go through what I went through to help somebody else.
Yeah.
So what motivates me is being able to get out there and help another man or woman who's struggling with the ills of growing up without their father. So when I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is pray, right? And I thank him for grace and mercy and gratitude to give me another opportunity to do his will for my life.
Yeah.
And that's to help those who are dealing with that issue, especially whether it be black men, even women. We struggle with that.
Yeah.
We suffer in silence, right? But he allowed me to go through what I went through to help somebody else. So for me, I'm self-motivated.
Right.
Right? Like, I don't need somebody to come and pat me on the back and cheer me on. Nah, because he allowed me to get to this point, right? So now I have a duty to do, and obviously that's to help you guys as well in Gwinnett County. But I have a duty to help those who are dealing with issues where they don't feel that they're important or they're necessary based upon the ills of growing up without a father, where your father is supposed to be the first person who edifies you. You're beautiful, you're intelligent, you're smart as a young lady. As a young man, we look for identification, right? So now when that doesn't happen, sometimes we struggle and we flounder for the rest of our lives. And that's something that we don't talk about. I did a conference on growing up without a father at New Mercies Church. And I said to the men, I said, there's one thing that is gonna be the hardest thing for me to do, and that's to stay on time. Because when I ask you this question, it's gonna be hard to take back. And the question was, if you grew up without your father, how did it make you feel?
Who gave you hope? Who gave you hope? As a child, without a father, where did you get hope from? Something that you could reach to.
From the local barber, Bernie, on Islip Avenue on 111. He helped me with my first job at Grumman Aerospace.
Bernie.
When I was out there in the street, me and my cousin and myself, he always said, hey, you guys are different. You guys are special. I don't need you hanging out with this person. I don't need you hanging out with that person. Let me go ahead and get you a job. Let me get you focused. He was that man for me who understood the importance of my youth.
Yeah.
To make sure that my youth wasn't, squandered, and then it jeopardizes my future.
Hey, y'all, one of y'all be a Bernie for somebody? A young brother, young sister? Will one of y'all be a Bernie? Because we see this man. We see him right now in this moment, not broken, but standing because of Bernie. The barber reached to him. Appreciate you lifting up his name, brother.
Yeah, amen.
Indeed, indeed.
Yes, sir. Amen. I appreciate the opportunity.
Speak to Brother Marty's question.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna keep it real simple. LOVE, love.
Yeah.
Love. Love gets me out of the bed every morning. Lord knows it's difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PhD student. It's
Right.
nothing but writing, counseling,
Right.
going to class, teaching
Right.
class.
Yeah.
But it's a love for my community, love for other black men, love for, just the world, these opportunities that the Most High has given me, this opportunity that I get to do this. Like
Right.
it's real.
Right.
It's real something when you have to do something, but when you know that you're on assignment from the Creator, when you're on assignment, you've been given gifts with your ancestors, and they've done the work, and for you to come out and carry it on, it's beautiful. And so I get this opportunity to carry out this mission, to do this beautiful thing, but it's love. It gets me out of the bed, gets me started, it gets me going.
As you say that, you know, I think of Donnie Lee Hollowell, who was the lawyer who litigated against University of Georgia to ensure that blacks could come and do what you're doing.
Amen.
You standing on Donnie Lee Hollowell's legacy, getting your PhD.
Standing on them
right?
shoulders. I'm standing on
Constance Baker
shoulders.
Motley.
Yes. Mary Frances Early, who was actually the first graduate of the College of Education, the namesake for the College of Education, where I'm getting my degree right now. Do you know they have her picture on the wall? And I see that every single day when I walk
So when I
in.
go to the courthouse,
Yes.
when I go to the courthouse in Fulton County, when I go into the courthouse, there's a picture of Donnie Hollowell. I touch it every time I come in the
You see what I mean?
I put my hand on it. Like, I know you opened up this door. I know I'm practicing law because you did what you did. So we moving in gratitude.
Yes.
The love,
Gratitude.
though. That's the love.
The love, the gratitude.
Start with the love. When you start with love, everything is reciprocity from there.
Yeah.
It really is.
So true.
Well, brothers, we out of time for this, but we on time for the Black Man Lab tour.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all getting us jumped off here in Athens. It means a lot. Glad that you're here. You saw it. Glad that you're here, but you're on your way to Gwinnett, and we'll all be together. And Brother Marty, thank you for, again, making sure we got in here and got this thing moving.
For sure, brother.
For sure.
Thank y'all. We out.
The jail booth became a confessional, full of admitted sins, forgiveness, and answered prayers. In the midst of his ramblings about how and why he could do better, I heard myself mumble, "Brother, we need you."